Hey there guys, this is John here of course, along with good pal Kato, and we are out here on the tail end of a day hike in nice wintry Idaho weather. We're running about 5-6 degrees right now, so it's a cold one. But the reason for this video is, first of all, a lot of you guys are already familiar with Kato from a backpacking trip series of videos that we've done, in which of course Kato was brought along. We had a great time together. And we had actually received a lot of requests for a what's in your pack video, dog style. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're actually going to run inside, spread out the gear, show you guys kind of the pack that he wears, a little bit about it, and cover, what's in your pack. You guys are familiar with all the videos, so this one's going to be a little bit different, obviously, from Kato's point of view. So what do you say we run inside and show these guys what you carry, boy? Yeah? All right, let's go. Well guys, we're back inside now, and I have to tell you, it is much warmer and nicer in here. We've had the chance to shed off our wet, cold clothes, get some good hot food and drink in us, and we're raring to go. Well, at least one of us is anyway. That's alright, I got your back, buddy. So anyway guys, we're going to delve into this. I wanted to let you know right from the beginning, however, that this is not going to be the shortest video probably. We're going to approach this from a more comprehensive style. Just due to the fact that I did get a lot of requests for Kato's pack, how we pack, and why we pack. And so I figured we'd take advantage while we were showing what's in the pack, a little bit of an explanation of why we do what we do, just for those of you that are looking into taking your own dogs out on the trail with you. It's a great experience and one that can be enjoyed by both of you. So let's just get going here. And the first piece of gear, obviously, that we're going to be looking at is the pack itself. Now, that's obviously important, as those of us that are hikers and backpackers well know, as it is with our own packs. The comfort level and the right pack make for all the difference in your overall trail experience, and it's absolutely no different for the dog. Actually, it can be even more so. If the dog has a bad experience on the trail, he may not want to go again, and that's probably the last thing you want. So just case in point, when Kato sees his pack, he gets really excited, he likes it, he knows we're going to go out and have some fun, and that pretty much speaks volumes in and of itself. It means that we've chosen the right pack, we've loaded it right, and he's had good experiences with it. So a little bit about the pack is, it is a Outward Hound pack. Now that is the brand, of course, and it is basically a saddlebag type of a pack. Now it works great for Kato's body style. There are different types of pack on the market, of course. This one, like I said, works great for Kato. It basically just drapes over him via a harness type system, and we'll kind of show you really quickly here. It attaches via the chest area is one of the strap points, and the other two go across the chest and belly section on the underside of him. Now, all attachment points are padded, which is critical because you don't want chafing on the dog while he's on the trail. He can't stop and tell you that he's having a problem with his pack. So you want to make sure that the pack has good padding, as this one does. You're also going to want to check that along the way. When you stop to readjust your own pack or take breaks, go over his pack, make sure everything's riding right, make sure he's comfortable, and you're having no problems there. And we really like this pack for that reason. Now, along those lines, something else I wanted to speak of was weight. You want to maintain a proper weight ratio for your animal. Now in this case, we've got the pack loaded for a weekend trip, kind of a multi-day trip, and it's running at about 5 pounds. And Kato himself weighs in at about 60 pounds. So that is a very, very nice weight ratio. He could go a little bit heavier on the pack, but this works out great for him, and there's really no need to overload him with extra gear. So that's absolutely critical. Now, a little bit about the pack itself, just really quickly here, not going to be a review as I said. First and foremost, it's made out of a durable material, which is important because the dog is going to obviously be exploring a little more, going into nooks and crannies, and the pack's going to need to stand up to a little bit of wear and tear. So it's made out of some good durable material. It does have a carry handle, which is great for helping the dog over obstacles that you may encounter on the trail. One other thing, and this is just kind of a nicety, is it does offer attachment points such as the shock cord you see here, as well as the attachment points for tying on external gear, whether it's wet jacket, things like that. We typically don't utilize that, but it is there in the event that we need it. Now, lastly here, one of the main points is, of course, the packability factor. And once again, going back to that saddlebag design, it's a very simple design. There's 2 compartments on each side that are running probably around 600 to 700 cubic inches each. And they do feature a mesh pocket in each side, which helps keep them compartmentalized a little bit, allowing for a little bit of organization. So anyway, that is pretty much an overview of the pack and some of the things that we look for when we were choosing a pack. Now we'll go ahead and delve into the interior of the pack here and start going over some of the items. Now this unzips with a double zip design, which makes for just a little bit of added convenience there. And let's see, I actually wanted to go into the other side first, and there's a reason for this, which you guys will see when we get to it here. So once again, we're going to unzip the other side of the pack. Now, one of the first things you'll see here is a bag of dog food, which I'm actually going to set aside right now for a reason which we'll get to in a minute here. Next is water. Now, of course, food and water are probably the 2 most important things that you're going to need for your dog on the trail, and 2 of the things that he can obviously carry in himself. Now, the water, as you can see here, we've got these foldable water bottles. And the reason that we've chosen these is for convenience and comfort. If you guys have watched my videos, you know that I carry a ribs pack a lot, and I've noticed that water bottles, the typical water bottles, will tend to dig into your side a little bit. They're just a little bit cumbersome and not as comfortable. These are a lot more form-fitting, and so we've transferred that over to Cato's pack as well, just to make that comfort level a little bit easier for him, as well as the fact that when they are being used and drained, they can be folded up and take up less space in the pack. And he also likes drinking out of these on the trail too, which makes for added convenience. So we carry 2 of those, and along those lines we also carry a collapsible dish. Now this is just a really basic one we picked up, I think, at Petco for a couple dollars. And it's just great for keeping his food or water in at camp, so he has access to it when he wants it at his leisure or need. So there's that. And I've got to be careful in showing you this one, but we always carry along some sort of toy with us. And in this case, it is a tennis ball. He loves to play fetch. And like I said, just adds to the experience for him on the trail. And the more fun that your animal's having while he's out there, the more he's going to want to be out there. So we always make sure to carry a good toy along. And last but not least in this compartment is actually one of the more critical items, which is, of course, a leash. There's plenty of trails that are mandatory that you leash your dog in. And even in those that aren't, it's just a politeness factor, a courtesy to other hikers as well as other dog owners, other animals, whether they be equestrian, canine, or local wildlife. You just want to make sure you have full control over your dog while you're on the trail. Regarding the leash itself, it's nothing special. It's a paracord one that I actually tied myself just to make it a little bit more lightweight, packable, and give me the exact length of lead that I want to be able to control my dog to the maximum ability while we're out there. So that pretty much covers that side of the pack. Now we're going to go back to the side that we opened up first, and this is where we're going to get back into the actual dog food. Can you smell that dog food, buddy? So as you can see here, we're carrying 2 more bags of food in Ziploc bags, which makes for a total of 3. Now, the reason that we separate these and also carry 2 water bottles of a more minimal size versus a large size is that you want to maintain the proper weight distribution in the pack, much like your own pack. If it's overloaded on one side, it's going to be extremely uncomfortable, and it's no different for your dog, especially in a pack like this. It will have a tendency to shift to one side if it's overloaded. And so by having the versatility in just the duplication of these items, as we use water or food on the trail, we can move the items to either or side of the pack just to keep that weight distribution in check and in balance, and makes for a much more enjoyable time for your canine companion. So there's the food aspect. Now a logical follow-up to the food would be cleanup. Now we always carry doggy bags on the trail. As a hiker, and if you guys have any experience hiking, the last thing you like doing is stepping in somebody's mess when you're on the trail. So on trail, always pick up after the dog. We make sure we carry a nice supply of these, and to ensure that we don't cause, once again, any disturbance in any way to any other hikers who are trying to enjoy the outdoor experience. We'll also carry along a 1-gallon heavy-duty Ziploc bag, just for double bagging the material, so that we don't end up with a mess in our pack. We obviously don't want that. And let's see, what else do we got in here? One thing, Kato seems to be waking up a little, so we'll actually calm him down with this next item. This is actually a dog brush. Now, I don't remember where we picked this up, but you can see it's ultra thin and actually slides in over your finger. Now, this is obviously great. You want to keep your dog brushed anyhow, but can you lay down, buddy? Lay down. It helps remove any cheatgrass, burrs, or any other debris like that that can work their way into the animal's fur, and also allows you the ability to give them a rub down, which they thoroughly enjoy after a long day on the trail. I don't know. You like that? Yeah. Kato loves a good brushing. So anyway, handy little item to have in the pack there, and packs up nice and small, and as you can see, works very efficiently. So very effectively, I guess I should say. Let's see. Next, one of the more vital items that I like to carry is I actually carry a laminated ID card in the pack with Kato's name, information, my personal information, as well as a picture of him. In the event that he gets lost on trail, I do not want to lose my dog. And he also obviously has, are you trying to say hi? Yeah? He obviously has ID on his collar, but in this situation I want duplicity. I do not want to lose my dog. So we carry along that ID card at all times in the pack. It's always in there. Moving along to keeping track of the dog, I like to carry a couple of glow sticks. Now these are just the little ones you put on your wrist. They're kind of the bracelet type, and they work really well for attaching to his collar at night, so he stands out like a sore thumb when he's running around the woods. I know where he's at all times, so that works out really well there. Can you lay down, buddy? Good boy, lay down. You're such a good boy, you know that? You are. You're so patient. Now, the last item actually in the pack is a pack towel. Now, this is just a super absorbent little microfiber towel. Kato loves the water. Any chance he gets, he'll get into it. And obviously, you're going to encounter rain at times on the trail as well. You're going to end up with a wet dog. And going into your tent, that's probably one of the last things you want, is to track in that extra moisture in your tent, as well as get that wet dog hair all over everything. So this helps a lot in drying off prior to going into the tent, and for cleanup options as well. So that is primarily the items that we will carry in the pack. Now there are supplemental items that we'll sometimes carry or wear. One of those is booties. Now these obviously come in handy in conditions like you saw us out in today, where it was icy cold. Helps protect the paws, give them a little bit of insulation, added warmth, and is really a good safety item, because they will develop ice particles in between their pads, just really uncomfortable for them. And in harsh terrain, the extra padding makes all the difference, for protecting their pads. You want to keep your dog conditioned anyway by running them on hard surfaces and getting them out as much as possible. But in conditions, especially like you saw us out in today, these are just a must-have for us. So there are those. And going in, we're getting toward the end here, guys. We're going to be talking first aid. Now, this is something that I carry in my pack, and that is a first aid kit. Now, this is a small first aid kit, but it is actually very comprehensive. In fact, just a little while ago, Cato actually had an injury, which we were able to repair. It was a fairly serious injury where he actually almost severed one of the pads off of his feet. And we were able to get him patched up enough and able to get him back into town, you know, to get proper attention. And as you can see, he's back to 100%. So first aid, absolutely critical. And along those lines, I like to carry also specifically for him a small 2-inch ACE bandage. In the paw incident, this was critical in wrapping that so he didn't have a tendency to want to chew off the bandaging that we had in place, you know, before we could get him back to medical attention. So, lastly, the only thing we really need to cover is sleep gear, and that is really simple. We'll carry along a piece of closed cell foam, which obviously keeps him off the cold, wet ground. He doesn't like it as much as we don't like it, so that helps keep him warm and insulated while he's sleeping. And the other component is a little kind of mid-size, mid-weight fleece blanket. Those two things in combination have tend to worked out great for us, kept him nice and warm on those cold nights, and he'll have a tendency to kind of want to cuddle up next to me anyway, so kind of helps us keep both of us warm. So anyway, guys, that is pretty much it. That's a look at what we carry and why we carry it. Alright, I think we did a good job, didn't we? We're about done? Okay. Well, that's about it, guys. We've pretty much covered everything, I think. Just look at some of the gear that we carry along. Like I said, the gear that Cato carries in his pack, along with the some of the supplementary gear that I'll carry along to keep him comfortable and safe while out on the trail. So he's itching to go right now, so we're gonna. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Anyway, guys, that's about it, and we're gonna hit the road, get out of here. So just wanted to say thanks a lot for watching. As always, you guys take the best of care, and until next time, we'll both be seeing you soon. All right, let's go home.